Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the Mad Pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi. What's rest?
I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Who can say? It's a myth. It's a legend.
Yes.
It's this legendary thing that happened a long time ago.
Passed down from generation to generation.
Yes, those darn generations. Speaking of generation, I don't know. Also here, PK Power, Pat Klein.
Am straight. Listen to your elders, kids.
Yeah, Pat, I feel like we just did this.
We did.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did. We talked 3.5 hours about Clear Obscure Expedition 33. That was fun.
That was intimate. My God.
It was so fun. So
I can't wait to listen to it once I actually beat the game.
Yeah, you should. You should listen to it anyway. There's a lot of good jokes in there. A lot of good fun.
I heard Stoy was in it, and so was CG Danny B.
They were both in it. And
Nice.
streamer and content creator Professor Stocky was in it. That was fun.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Which is fun.
She's Canadian.
She had just finished it the night before the spoiler cast, so she was fresh off of all of it. Oh, that was a good conversation, though. Man, that game. I'm itching to play it again. I'm itching to get back to it, but I've been head down in Destiny. You know me.
Well, Corey, that's very few games I feel like impacts you in this way. Disney Dreamlight Valley, Destiny, and now Expedition 33.
Yes, because they're all the same.
I know
they all have the same emotional impact. Oh.
I was listening to Nintendo Pow Block. Were you able to find that 17th alien?
Yeah, I did find it actually. I hadn't progressed far enough in Simba's quest line, so it was in the hidden room that Simba takes you to eat you. Apparently, no,
damn,
he doesn't really.
That went fast.
Yeah, I know.
I'm glad you can move forward.
I can, and I did. Not really. I found the alien, and then I just kind of farmed away and sold some corn to Goofy because I wanted to buy a shirt that was in Scrooge's shop. So, Goofy's dumb. He buys all kinds of stuff. So, gorsh. Everybody having a good week. It is. It's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday. Breaking news. Not that anyone cares. Maybe you guys would, but I
always care.
For realsies, quit my second job because I'm too tired. I would rather go broke.
But that's the fun job.
It is the fun job, but I can't. It's too much. Who knows?
Why can't you just quit the unfun job and keep the fun job?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not how life works, Pat. You can't always have a fun job.
I don't know. Tell that to all the people on that one site.
That the feet site?
Yes. The only feet site.
Lovely feet.
All right. Just to be clear,
feet.
My second job has nothing to do with feet, in case anyone's trying to draw any conclusions here.
Not with that attitude.
It could be.
Well, what I was going to say is I'm excited because I was supposed to work both jobs this week, but now that I'm not, I actually have time to play games and go to bed early, and so I'm happy about that. I just need to stop buying shit so I don't go broke.
Yes, that's the hard part, right? Is buying. It's the purchasing.
Yeah. You could keep the second job, get rid of the first job, and still say you went to bed early morning.
True.
Pat.
Yes?
Parents always get up early. Okay.
But do they go to bed early?
No, this one doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's already in bed, so just throwing that out there.
I can understand. I can relate.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what last night I went to bed? 10 o'clock, and that was still
11
too late
o'clock.
for me.
10 or 11?
10.
10. I can't tell you the
But
last
anyway,
time
sorry, I
I went
didn't
to bed
mean
at
to
10 o'clock. I wish there was a point where we could get to recording this at some time, I don't know, when the sun is out. And, everybody's still got a ray of sunshine and hope in their faces. Yeah. Anyways, for all of you out there listening, you're our ray of sunshine, because this is the Boss Rush Podcast. And each and every Tuesday we go live on Twitch and YouTube and the site formerly known as Twitter. You can watch us, or you can get the video on demand on YouTube sometime later, usually a week later. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. For just as little as $1, you get exclusive access to shows like the pre-show. You get early access to things like Expansion Pass and Video Game Book Club and other content. So keep an eye out for that. If you can't support us financially, you can you can support us over on YouTube. You can subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Boss Rush Network, and like the videos and watch all of our podcasts and other video stuff that I was trying to do until my capture card decided to die. And our upcoming spoiler cast for Expedition 33, a fun romp and a great discussion. So good, in fact, that I didn't make the video private right away after we went live, and it got 127 extra views in less than 36 hours. So check it out. That game's popular. What can I say?
Yeah.
Every time that game is brought up, I just want to go play it. Like I was reviewing Destiny last week. Shout out to Bungie for the code. And I was playing it, and I kept getting notifications that my friends were playing. Some of my friends were playing Expedition 33. I'm like, as much as I'm enjoying Destiny, and it is very good, I want to go play Expedition 33 again. So, yeah, I just got the SGA's Nest in my New Game Plus. That's where I'm at. So, SGA, get the hell out of the way!
Gonna go find go find Sori.
Oh no, man! Francois, he's over there.
Swim.
Sometimes I feel wee. Sometimes I feel woo. You'll get it someday, Stephanie.
Okay.
I promise.
Mon ami.
Yeah, there's a lot of French in there. A lot of French. But yeah,
Like a mug.
we could instead of doing really terrible French impressions of our favorite Expedition 33 character, we could do some of these topics, I guess. Stephanie, I choose you.
Yay. Yeah. I think it rolls in really great from our pre-show topics. So for those that aren't patron members, this should be, something to keep the conversation going. Anyway, my topic is collaborations and or crossovers in and outside of gaming. And this is inspired by a Boss Rush Banter article that's not live yet, but will be live by the time this episode is posted. So whatever, it doesn't matter. So just kind of an introduction here. The way we consume games and gaming media in 2025 is oh wait, that's yours. I'm like, why does this sound like that? I'm like, I'm not reading my own dang topic. I'm like, this is unnatural. And now I can't see because my cat's in the way. Redo, collaborations aren't new, but they certainly have been ramping up in recent years. Obvious examples are Fortnite with their endless lineup of skins of celebrities and multimedia franchise, and also Pokemon with Razer the computer accessories company, which is new. Black Milk with franchises like Pokemon, Mario, and Legend of Zelda. And another impressive collaboration, which was the inspiration of my article, is Wizards of the Coast Final Fantasy, which has already become the highest selling set upon day one launch, beating out even the Lord of the Rings expansion set. So, with that being said,
This is
I have like a
the
couple
Magic the
talking
Gathering
points,
cards,
but
right?
the first one, yes. And just quick background, like I don't play Magic the Gathering, okay? I just know it exists. I know it's like super popular. And I knew that Final Fantasy was going to be big just because of how big the fan base for both are. So they're going to attract fans from both sides. I just didn't realize it was going to be as big. I believe they did make a presence at PAX East because I believe Pat um, was part of or attended a panel on it, correct?
I was in the
So
front row for the showcase, and I attended the press conference after.
there
Nice.
you go. And this Final
Mhm.
Fantasy, like they have art on their cards across all 16 mainline games. The values of some of the cards, like the 77 serialized golden chocobo cards, are like, well, there's one on eBay posted for just under $30,000. It's incredibly successful, and me more so for my love for the Final Fantasy side versus Magic the Gathering side. I actually caved and bought a couple booster packs just to see, and like I just love looking at the cards. So but I promised myself I'd kind of start slowing down purchasing them because I'm literally buying cards of a game that I will never play. um but the last set that I'm buying from TCG Player is the actual collector's booster set, which is the one that could potentially contain one of the 77 golden chocobos.
Hmm.
My boss rush banter is picking the Legend of Zelda as the this will never happen, but it should.
Hmm.
The Magic the Gathering Legend of Zelda expansion set will never exist, but I need it to be. But I can go on about it later, but I just want to open up the conversation to you guys to see what are some of your favorite collaborations. Now, it could be actual crossovers from game to game, like Destiny 2 and Halo, or Dead Cells and Castlevania, or actual collabs from non-gaming things like we talked about in our pre-show topic. So whether it's clothing, like lids, hats, Crocs, Razor, stuff like that. Do you guys have any favorite collabs?
Well, obviously in-game stuff is kind of, the easy one to point to. Destiny has had a ton. I mean, they're having a Star Wars crossover this year. Like they built a whole expansion around Star Wars coming this fall. So like, and then you can buy, like, there's like 9 different Star Wars armor sets you can buy, and they did a crossover with God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Mass Effect, Assassin's Creed. It's funny because like Assassin's Creed actually did a crossover with Destiny also, where you could play as Destiny characters in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which was cool. I mean, those those character sets were $20 a piece, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna, need that, but it was a cool kind of thing to see. There was also a Final Fantasy 15 crossover in Assassin's Creed Origins, where you can get a chocobo as a mount, and Noctis's sword from that game as a sword in that game. So that was super cool. As far as outside,
Was a cool sword too.
Yeah, it was a really cool sword. Had like this blue glow to it.
And it's got that engine like casing for the hilt.
Yeah, it was almost like a futuristic gunblade from 8, a little bit, but
Yep,
cooler. And then obviously, I think the biggest gaming one outside of Fortnite that people kind of forget is a collaboration at this point is Kingdom Hearts, right? I mean, Kingdom Hearts is
Yes.
such a huge collaboration at this point.
Mm-hmm.
A series I've actually thought about playing again recently, among other things. But
No, I agree. I remember when I first had the original Kingdom Hearts in my hand playing on my PS2, and it blew my mind that Disney was willing to work with Square, and I was like, oh, this is this for real?
yeah,
And it just,
do you know how that started, by the way?
I think, but why don't you
It was
just?
literally an elevator pitch in
Okay, yep.
at Disney Japan, because Disney and Square Enix share a building,
Mhm.
like a
Yep.
corporate
Okay.
building.
So that is familiar, and that's wild. It's nice to see two major entities kind of willing to work together, because look how that panned out. I mean, as
Mm-hmm.
much as we joke about how many Kingdom Hearts games there are and it's confusing and the story, but it's clearly successful.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's so like there's definitely like money and usefulness to collaborations that way, and then obviously Fortnite, there's everything is in there. I don't even know if you could call it a quote unquote collaboration anymore. I think it's just a promotional tool for companies at this point, right? Like, oh,
yeah.
that Deadpool and Wolverine's coming out, we should put those characters in Fortnite, and they did, right? Superman, the whole battle pass for Fortnite this season is themed around Superman. uh like, you buy the battle pass, you just get Superman, and then I think there's other characters, I don't know. My nephews were excited about it though. Yeah, it's collaborations are fun. I feel like I'm dominating the conversation, so I'm gonna let Pat say some words for a minute.
Yeah, no, there are definitely a lot of video game collaborations that I thoroughly enjoy. Most recently that comes to mind is the collaborations that Power Wash Simulator did.
Hmm.
We have this indie game. Granted, it was published by Squaresoft or Square Enix, and not only did they do Square, like they originally came out with the Tomb Raider and a Final Fantasy, then they started branching off into other like franchises that aren't even video game related. You had Back to the Future, you had Warframe, you had Shrek, Alice in Wonderland, like all these. It's cool just how they were able to get these like licenses and be able to use those into its game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I've always enjoyed things like that. I've loved the Monster Hunter collaborations for Monster Hunter World when they did like Mega Man and like Final Fantasy. They did some with
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
I think there might have been an Assassin's Creed one, but I don't remember quite that one. Um, there was a game that's literally called Project Cross Zone for
Mm-hmm.
the 3DS that had a mixture of Sega characters, Bandai Namco characters,
Capcom, I think, was
maybe some
one.
Koei. Yeah, I mean there were like so many. There were like and Capcom was also part of that franchise too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had all these characters and they like literally merged into this universe. Um, and like you had Capcom characters like having dialogue with characters from like Sega. So you could, it was funny. Like, I remember specifically there was this one cutscene that had Kiryu and Majima from Yakuza, and then all of a sudden, like thrown into the mix with these characters was Phoenix Wright from
Mm-hmm.
Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wait, and Phoenix is like, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing, with these guys?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like
it's
it's fun to just see all the creativity of like watching these people all get together.
yeah, and then you see like Sonic, and like the Sonic racing
Hmm.
games also are huge on
Mm-hmm.
collaborations. Like, I remember when uh Sonic Racing Transformed came out, the Wii version had Wreck-It Ralph in it, for some. That was like a weird thing. And then the 360 version had Banjo and Kazooie in it. So that was cool. And then obviously the new one is like full of, I mean, it's all Sega brands, but then there's like, oh, SpongeBob is in it now. And I think the Ninja Turtles are in it. Speaking of Ninja Turtles, they're in Tony Hawk too. Like Michelangelo's in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's another great one. Yep.
I would be curious to. I mean, I doubt it'll happen, but obviously Sega could come out with some DLC characters for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be cool if like they literally got like Sega and Nintendo got together, and all of a sudden you had like Mario and Luigi in the Sega game, but then also like DLC character Sonic, jumps into Super Mario or Mario Kart World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I would love
they
that.
literally just cross over.
Yeah, they should just merge those franchises at some point. And then you can get Crash Team Racing in there, and it'd just be like all three of them, just kind of.
And then Master Chief comes in driving a Bobcat.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, we need like a
racer.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate version of Mario Kart World. Just everything,
yeah. That's what I thought it was going to be, though. Was like essentially Smash Kart, like, and not, I mean, not necessarily like, oh, Solid Snake's driving a robot around, right? But like, I thought for sure we were going to get
Metal Gear Rex.
Yeah, I thought for sure we were going to get something like Kirby or Fox and Star Fox and maybe Samus.
People are speculating maybe that's DLC. Like you're gonna get like a Hyrule theme, map, and
yeah.
Not Donkey Kong, obviously, because that's kind of incorporated. But like Metroid, for example, would be another one.
Yeah, or like it really bums me out because 8 had so many guest characters that were fun. Like the Splatoon characters were fun, and obviously the Link was in it, and Animal Crossing. Like that Animal Crossing is like one of the coolest levels in Mario Kart because it changes all the time. And I mean, I was talking about this with Ed the other day offline, but like I actually still think I prefer Mario Kart 8 over Mario Kart World by like a long shot.
Well, like Pat said, there's a lot of room for expansions.
Yeah. Yeah.
8's had a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you took the original base from the Wii U, that's like the equivalent of Super Mario or Mario Kart World right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, but it could use more. It wasn't until it became deluxe and started adding courses like the Hyrule course and your Animal Crossing, and then the whole expansion pass and all the characters that came with it. Like now it's the ultimate racing game.
Yeah.
Well, Mario Kart racing game.
Yeah. And then there's also like the ones that are clearly just for like the fan service ones. Like I don't know. Somebody tell me why there's a Nier Automata and Stellar Blade crossover. Come on. Who's that audience for?
That's essentially the same game, to be perfectly honest.
I know. I was kind of kidding. But I mean, my point is like, oh, let's get two like hot anime games and mush them together, and they can dress each other up or down or whatever you do on your PC mods. I don't know.
That wasn't the only one they did. I think they also did one for that Nikki game, not like Infinite Nikki, but there's like another mobile series called Nikki that's all about like scantily clad girls.
Yeah, they're also doing it for the First Descendant, which is that free to play, what they call it, Destiny with boobs, I think is what the term was when it came out. Which it's like the big update allows you to see their feet now, by the way, in case you were wondering. Speaking of feet, we talk a lot about feet. But the sad thing is like the First Descendant is fun, but like I don't want to be one of those people who's playing the First Descendant and somebody's like, well, you're playing the boob game. I'm like, well, yes, but no. I'm
not playing it for the boobs. I'm actually playing it because it has good gameplay. At least Stellar Blade was that.
Yeah,
it's dress up, but it actually had decent gameplay.
Yeah, I actually re-downloaded it a couple one of the podcasts I listened to. The host is like started playing it again because he like pops in and out of that game a lot. And
I need to finish it.
I played. I downloaded it again and I logged in and the first it's in and they're like, oh, we apologize you couldn't log in on this between this date and this date. Here's like 3 weeks worth of resources. And I'm like, I've maybe played this game for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, like, and that was the week it came out.
Or just take it. Just take it.
Well, they clearly like gave it to
Yeah.
people who made accounts before that date and just whatever.
I get those with the Persona 5, the Phantom X game, where it's like, oh, sorry, we had to close down for maintenance for a little bit. Here's a reward. I'm like, but I didn't play during this time. Well, here you go.
Yeah. Oh man, good times. Andre mentioned Hyrule Warriors. It's not really a collab, but it's a different genre for Zelda that like is usually known for something else.
Well, what is it? Kind of a crossover? Kind of? I don't know.
I mean,
The original one was, yes.
Yeah, the original one had like unique characters in it, right? What was her name? Layla or something?
I don't know, but it had
Linkle.
3 Zelda universes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this DLC gave even more.
DLC added the Wind Waker universe.
Yeah.
But I will say it does bring up a good point. Hyrule Warriors, Cadence of Hyrule, because Nintendo, for better or for worse, has been the most tight-fisted as far as kind of lending out their franchise to try other things, whether it's a collab or crossover or whatever. That kind of went back to my banter where I wish Nintendo would loosen up a little bit and they would make Magic the Gathering cards, because I promise you, I will empty out my bank account for all of the cards.
Guys, imagine this.
Oh,
If
boy.
Magic the Gathering and Pokemon got together.
Oh gosh.
That would be the biggest.
The world would explode. It would be
yeah.
It'd be over.
Putting Pokemon in a card game, genius.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought?
The only other thing I think would do well, but only probably more so in Japan than the West, like East and the West, is like a Dragon Quest. But Pokemon's probably like the ultimate, the penultimate of collabs, and they can like reimagine some of the Pokemon. Maybe like exclude the stupid ones, like the one that is literally a pile of garbage.
Oh, Garbodor is cute.
They would have to keep, like, if Square literally kept the card from Final Fantasy II that says "Guy speaks Beaver."
Oh God,
they got to keep the dumb stuff in it too.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that terminology.
They kept it. There's literally it's like some animal talking card, and the description on the bottom is "Guy speaks Beaver," which is a quote from Final Fantasy II.
I don't know how I feel about all this. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Yeah, collabs are fun, man. That's a good topic. What are some collabs you would like to see?
I mean, you guys kind of started talking about, Sonic and Mario and all the racing ones, like just smashed all up together.
Mm-hmm.
No. I would like to see Nintendo and Lego work something out. Like, if Lego can do something with Horizon, which does not have that big of a cast to begin with, like, I could see, and I would ask for it to be more like the old school Lego games, not the Horizon Adventure one, because that one, in my opinion, sucked. But like, go to different Nintendo worlds, have the Metroid collection, the Marios,
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
I'm trying to think of an obnoxious one, and it's not a game crossover, but a collaboration. What if, like, Final Fantasy or Pokemon or something, Animal Crossing, did a collaboration with the Stanley Cups because I hate those things and I don't own one. But can you imagine, like, how many Stanley Cups can one person own, and how many would people be willing to buy if each one had their own like character on it?
Yeah. I can ask my wife how many she owns if you want. I can go run up and ask. I don't really feel like going to count. I'd be gone for a while, but I can go ask.
Maybe you don't wake her up. Ask her in the morning.
Nah, I'm not going to open that bag of worms. That sounds dangerous.
Get a Stanley Cup for each type of Pokemon.
Gosh, collect them all.
That's a lot of Stanley Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that sounds dangerous, Pat. I would, if we're gonna stick on the Nintendo train for a second, like I would actually really like to see like franchises cross over, and not just for like things like Mario Kart and tennis and whatever else they do, but like I want to see like a crossover universe RPG between like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem and Zelda would be cool, or like either like a turn-based RPG or a tactics RPG with characters from all those, and you have to like save all the universes somehow. I don't know how they would do that, but they'll figure it out. They're smart. And I really don't care.
Smash RPG.
Yeah. I think that would be super cool. I would like to see games explore different genres too. Like Star Fox Adventures is a game that keeps coming up recently for some reason. I think some sort of anniversary for that game is coming up, but I would like to see that too. Just games explore different genres. Like Metroid transitioned pretty well, into 3D from 2D side scrolling platformer, right? So more things like that. A lot
of the games that transitioned well to 3D now.
Yeah,
Kirby did good. The new Donkey Kong's fantastic.
That's what people keep saying.
I can tell Corey's maybe not sold on that. But I think I know why too.
We'll talk about it later. So
what would be one more thing? What would be a cool but like kind of not awkward, but just like an unusual pairing? Again, I'm talking more collabs versus crossovers, and that's like some gaming related franchise with like sports merchandise, because I keep seeing Pokemon Go themed baseball jerseys, and I tried to find a Red Sox one and I didn't, and I was very disappointed. But I mean,
the Guardians had some, but it was some stupid Pokemon I'd never seen or heard of, so I didn't want it.
So I'm like, wouldn't it be interesting to merge like a video game franchise with sports? Because generally, but not all, always, they just don't usually go together. I'm not saying they can't, but it's not common.
Which, by the way, it surprises me that more video game fans aren't sports fans, and that more sports fans aren't video game fans. Like they kind of feel, I don't know. There's a lot of similarities.
Too much time involved.
There's too much time being involved in being a sports fan.
You got you gotta like know all the sports stats, or you gotta know all your video game like trivia. That's too much knowledge for one brain.
Well, I think it can be a little like, what's the kind of the phrasing, like tribalist, where it's like, ugh, sports, me, love, and then the stereotypical, I'm a gaming nerd that doesn't take showers. I'm heavily stereotyping here, but I'm just saying, like,
I thought you were saying you don't take showers. I was like, oh, probably revisit that.
I think we should break the stigma, marry the two.
So don't take showers, and what was the sports one?
Don't take showers after sports.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst.
Oh, gross.
I take it back.
Oh man, if I don't shower once a day, I'm gonna cry.
I love my showers.
Yeah.
Anyway, before that topic gets away from us, that's kind of it. I mean, my last kind of point was if there are any collabs that made you raise your eyebrows, but I didn't necessarily have one in mind. Just before we close out the topic, have you guys seen any that kind of was like, why did this even happen?
Well, going back to Destiny, why do we have a Star Wars crossover? You're already a space opera game with cool characters. Why are you bringing in the other characters? I know I'm in the vast minority.
Double the
Josh and I
drama.
are both in the vast minority of that, but it's still weird seeing people run around as Darth Vader, right? I mean, I don't know. It's weird. The other weird one in Destiny, although like they did make the armor fit relatively well within the universe, is they did a collaboration with The Witcher. Now is kind of weird, but I don't know. Who am I? They also did a collaboration with Gundam, I think, for Halloween.
Interesting.
Or if it wasn't Gundam, it was heavily inspired by Gundam. So the Mass Effect one was cool.
In some weird video game collaborations.
Oh no.
The weird one I can find here is there was a Resident Evil deodorant spray called T-Virus.
Wait, for real?
I remember that, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
I think you had to import it, though. I think you had to import it, though.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Is it the sprayable one?
Added gamer yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, because it was when Axe body spray was like becoming super popular for like 10 minutes, even though that stuff smells like ass. And
oh, you know what was a great collaboration? Burger King and Xbox.
Yeah, those were good. Those were good.
The Burger King series.
Yeah. Sneak King, classic.
Yeah. Classic. Pocket Bike Racer and Big Bumpkin.
Yeah, those were some.
There you go.
Pocket Bike Racer, man. For $4, that was a pretty good racing game. Just saying. It's pretty.
Yeah, people
it was
say
pretty
these
okay.
Were quality games for, you know.
Yeah, Sneak King was like, if people were like, man, this is better than Metal Gear Solid, I'm like, I don't. Maybe chillax a little bit on that. I've never played Metal Gear Solid, but I can imagine that a Kojima game is probably better than a $4 Burger King game. But what do I know? Good topic. Good.
Thank you. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Let's see. My topic. Let's stay a little bit on the positive side of things. I'm tired of talking about these Microsoft layoffs and
other layoffs in general.
Layoffs and closures and more layoffs and
game delays
and layoffs. Yeah,
because
so
of game delays. No.
Let's see. So we all consume video game news and information differently. Some people read websites, some people listen to podcasts, some people watch videos on YouTube. And then there's us who create our own and decide to be cool. So, you know, my topic is basically, you know, how do you guys consume your video game news? How do you get your information about what's going on in the video game world these days?
Well, I'll keep mine simple, and I think a lot has to do with the fact that I am a senior writer and copy editor, so I kind of need to be on top of things. So I'll say, first and foremost, I don't have an allegiance to any particular site or anything, like outside of Boss Rush. I will honestly just see what Wario64 shares and Nintendo Wire. I hate to say it, but like it's just the most efficient means of consuming news. And then depending on the source, I will determine how reliable it is. Like, do I care for Kotaku that much? Probably not. If I see a Kotaku article, I'll most likely skip it. But, you know, Nintendo Wire, IGN, you know, Game Rant, you know, stuff like that. But I feel like if I just stick with one, I might miss something. So I just go with my tried and true Wario64.
Yeah, I have Wario64 notifications on. I have them turned on. So like anytime he says something, I get a notification that says he said something.
And he says a
That's
lot
a
of
lot of
things.
notifications.
It definitely is, but it's okay with me because I get a lot of good deals
Yeah.
that way.
Mhm.
To be honest,
And that's usually the best way to find counsel, if you're looking for them.
yeah.
Very true. Yeah.
Cheap Ass Gamer too. I usually have notifications turned on from them too, which is it's an old forum for like they used to like say which stores were like clearancing out video games, and like you could go get like new games for like $3 and $5 from like Sears or Kmart or whoever was clearancing them out. And my cousin and I would used to check that website like every weekend, and then we would go out and buy some games and whatever. He would turn around and sell them on eBay. I would keep them. But now they kind of just they have a podcast, and they still have their forum running, but they also tweet out a bunch of deals and news and things of that nature. But
good call
I
out,
think
because I also follow
Mhm.
Cheap Ass Gamer, and also Cheap Ass Gamer did cite my news article about limited run physicals for Switch 2.
Nice.
They did. I remember that.
Nice.
And of course, a lot of people didn't read
Sorry.
the article either, and just all of a sudden started, shouting
Getting mad.
I don't know.
Shocking. People didn't read the article.
Sorry, Corey, keep going.
My favorite sites, though, honestly, are like just for pure news and information are the three. I guess there's four, because I think there's a PC gaming one or a retro one or something. But Nintendo Life, Push Square, and Pure Xbox are like three of, if you just want the straight to the point news story, they will give it to you. And then they do what we do, right? They source it at the bottom, right, where they get it from, and then you can kind of go to that and read more about it. But like, they are just so good about simplifying the news and getting it out. And they are very reliable. They're very resourceful. Push Square and Nintendo Life more than Pure Xbox, because obviously Xbox is kind of, but yeah, I think Push Square and Nintendo Life are like the two best websites out there for news. I also go to Game Informer, although they're more for like features and like what games are coming out soon and things like that. But I also buy the magazine, so got to support our friends at Game Informer.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I will say the Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No.
No, go ahead. You're finishing off on a Corey thing, so go ahead.
Oh, it was just I have an iPhone. I find the video game section of my Apple News, like how they gather up the articles for me, has been lackluster and not stellar. That's all.
Yeah. I also like really have started limiting what podcasts I listen to too, because like, I don't know, a lot of podcasts are just kind of not great anymore. Like not, I mean, our friends' podcasts are good. I'm saying like the IGN podcasts and like, all those. I really only listen to like 3 separate video game podcasts now, in terms of like, I gotta listen to this because I know that they're gonna deliver news, right? So it's there's a lot of podcasts over at Last Stand Media I listen to, like Sacred Symbols and Punching Up, which is their Nintendo podcast. Sacred Symbols is like, I'm not even a PlayStation person, but that's their kind of flagship PlayStation show, and it's like really good. It's really good. But those are like the only sources I trust at this point. I always feel like, I used to listen to Game Scoop all the time on IGN, and they still say they're the number one news source for video games, but like, they never talk about the news on Game Scoop ever. And it's like, you can't call yourself a news podcast if all 3 of your segments are like not news based. I mean, sometimes they are, right? But like, not the way that I think people generally want news out of their video game podcasts if they're looking for news. And then I listen to a lot of old timers that have been around for a while, like Jeff Gerstmann, the Jeff Gerstmann Show. The Giant Bomb cast has gotten pretty good again over the last 2 years. And then all the spinoffs from all the people that left from there. So, but yeah, there's like, I don't know. I have a hard time going to places like IGN and stuff anymore because I don't know. Just it's changed so much. They've become like an SEO farm essentially at this point.
SEO. What does SEO stand for?
I don't know. Search engine optimization.
I don't know what that is.
Like Google, like like Google is a search engine, and then you like SEO is like how many keywords can we pack into this article and these tags to where Google puts us at the top, essentially. And then they probably pay someone to sit there and index all the articles that they write and like try to make sure they get them to the top. So, haha. Sorry, IGN. I beat you on Destiny review. So suck it.
Haha.
Well, I remember I used to do those gaming sites like IGN. But then I guess I got more into or then I kind of got into podcasting, and I don't know. I think nowadays I just kind of pick up the latest news from Twitter, to be perfectly honest. Like if something is breaking, there's like the usual like 4 or 5 people that immediately like post about it, and like it's like, well, there's the news right there. This game was announced, or this game now has a release trailer, or such and such happened in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I get it now. I would say if there was a site that I occasionally like check out reviews and stuff, I usually like, if I look at Metacritic and see all the sites that review, the ones I usually pick out are Noisy Pixel. Tends to align kind of with like my what I like. So, and, they also tend to cover some more of niche titles, visual novels, and other things like that. So, I gotta say that those tend to be my go-to.
Cool. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know if I know what Noisy Pixel is.
Yeah, they're. I don't know. I don't know if they're volunteer or not. Or how much profit they make. They're a small site or a small group that's covers more of the niche titles versus bigger titles. So they do a lot more on the indie side, RPGs, and like visual novels.
Okay.
For sure.
Cool.
Or at least those are what I tend to pick them out as.
Nice.
There used to be a site that only did RPGs called RPG Site. Is that still around? Do you know, Pat? That seems like a site that you would have gone to.
One of the very first sites I used to go to on the internet was one called RPG Gamer.
Yeah.
Back when the internet first existed. That was a good one, but then they started being behind on news sources, so I started going to there was a competitor for IGN, but I forget what it was called, and they literally closed their their website down on April 1st, and everyone thought it was like an April Fool's Day joke, but it's like, nope.
Was it oneup.com?
No, it wasn't OneUp.
I
forget what it was called, but they closed. It wasn't GameSpot. I thought it was Game something, but it wasn't GameSpot. But they literally, it's like, yep, we're done on April 1st.
Wow.
So it's like, why would you choose that day out of any day to?
Because it's a fiscal. It's the end of a fiscal year.
Yeah,
they are owned by a bigger company, right? I mean, that would be my only guess. But
called March 31st then.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how things work. Let's work here, man. Yeah, I don't know. I prefer to listen to podcasts at this point. And I also stopped reading reviews too. Like I listen to a lot of review discussion podcasts now, like because I feel like the conversation between people I get a lot more out of than just one person's opinion, because you have the back and forth about people's opinions and why they're different instead of just, well, I think this is this way because it's good.
Yeah. Shoot, what was that video game publication that usually had like two other opinions? Like they had the main article and then there's
EGM.
usually like a side. But was it
EGM did.
EGM?
EGM did. Expert Gamer did. And PlayStation Magazine had that for a while too. But then like so many games just started coming out that it was like impossible for multiple people to review the same game, right? It just didn't make sense.
True. Yeah.
So especially like
I miss that though.
Yeah, especially because like Game Informer used to do it, but when you have like 15 people total on staff and Game Pro, yeah,
Game Pro.
is. Yeah.
I remember that.
So speaking of old magazines, I have a whole box of old magazines sitting right next to me.
All mine went to half price books, unfortunately, as well as majority of my strategy guides. When I decided to cut back on my books because I was unemployed at the time, needed some money, and that was way too much physical media that I didn't have room for. So,
yeah,
books.
Unfortunately, gaming and merchandise are usually the first things to go out of that, right? Sucks.
Now, my mom asked me the other day, "What are you going to do with all your video games?" I'm like, I don't know.
What do you mean, Mom? Play them.
Like, if when I don't play them anymore, it's like, what am I going to do to get rid of them? Am I going to sell them? Or like, I don't even know how much I even have. That's like, I know I have some bangers, but like, if I sold my collection, how much would it actually even be for?
I mean, I'm just going to let my kids figure that out when I'm dead.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm like, good luck, Nikolai.
Yeah. Look, they can save money and build my casket out of my old games. There you go. There.
That's a good idea.
Haul out my GameCube and use it as my urn when you cremate me or something. I don't know.
Yes.
It sounds very violent and scary.
Do you think if you get cremated with all your video games, you go to some weird heaven where like you're in like a video game multiverse?
Why? Because all the burning plastic fumes are like seeping into your brain as you're dying.
Yeah, like their essence come with your essence, and they all get like mixed up. And
yeah, but then you're gonna get stuck in the universe you don't want to be stuck in. Like who's gonna want to go to Sonic universe forever?
Or worse, if they're like combined.
Games burned with you.
Like
it's gonna be like Fortnite in real life.
With like,
it's a multiverse. Yeah.
Multiverse heaven. Jesus.
It'd be like switch, instead of switching to discs, it's like, okay, I can just switch, to a world. God, it almost sounds like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Except for you have to travel to that world.
I'm going to need to call and make an appointment with my lawyer to revise my will.
It's like, I will be burned with all my games and go to the special video game heaven. Or just burned with Zelda.
I'm just going to let it happen.
It'll
be fine.
Well, that was an interesting turn. I loved it, though.
Also, I'll probably die before my wife, so she'll probably just sell everything and pay off the house. It'll be fine. She'll be fine. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. It's not important. I won't care. I'll be dead.
But what is important is Pat's topic.
That's where I was going.
Look at that transition. No problem. I got you.
Stephanie's like, I need to go to bed. Let's go. Move it up. No, I want to go to bed.
So,
just kidding. I'm being mean. I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
It's fine. So you know how everyone like has a Netflix series or that they just like literally binge an entire like season or entire series in like one weekend?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking
90 Day Fiance.
Video games kind of have the same. I think I did with like the older Squid Games where I'd like literally had the whole series done, ready for like talking points over like the water cooler at work. But I'm thinking, there are some video games out there that are just as bingeable as movies, if you think about it. Like, these are games that you pick it up, like you wake up, you start playing it, and you don't stop until late hours in the evening or until you have some obligation that forces you to put this game down. And then as soon as you know it, you a game that literally just came out 6 days ago, and you almost have 2 of those 6 days filled with just that game.
Hmm.
Have you ever done that?
I've definitely done that. I've definitely done that
Yes.
multiple times. It's just been a long time. Especially because like now with kids and everything, it's like really hard to even try to sit down and play games without being disastrously tired. But I did that with a few Destiny expansions. I did that with Halo 3 when it came out, and when I would go on vacation with my friends over the summer, we would like take entire video game series with us and binge the whole series. Like we did Fable one year, we did Knights of the Old Republic one year, we did God of War one year. We would just do that, and it was super fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I would
Man,
love to do that again with shorter series at least. But
I'm thinking when God or Gears of War comes out, it's like I feel like I'm going to go play that new one,
yep.
and then I want to go back and play 2 and 3 again at least.
Yeah, I thought about it too, because at least that original trilogy, those campaigns are relatively short, especially one.
Mm-hmm.
The first game's like 5 hours long.
Yeah,
but 2 and
it's
3
great to
is
have
where
the
you get the
extra
good
chapter
games.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Were you gonna say something, Stephanie?
Well, for me,
Yeah.
I think this might my answer might surprise you guys, because when I think bingeable and the games that I've binged are actually in genres that I typically do not go for or enjoy. However, when I end up playing one, it is one that I end up getting sucked into for several hours, significantly longer than I'd ever think I'd sink hours into. And those would be roguelites, and especially deck building roguelikes, which is weird because I generally don't like those.
My
But,
favorite genre.
facts are facts are facts though. Like Peglin is like a pachinko roguelite. I just got lost many hours to that. Slay the Spire, lost many hours to that. Inscription, that's lost many hours to that. I'm trying to think of a recent one. Oh, Sultan's Game, that's on
Hades.
Steam. And
Yeah, Hades, right? You did Hades too, right?
I did Hades. Oddly enough, I didn't spend as much time on it, but I binged, for example,
Oh.
Sultan's Game. That was supposed to be just, I'm not saying supposed to be just for a game review, but I thought, all right, I allotted a certain number of time for it, and within like days, I put in over 20 hours. I didn't even realize how much time I sunk
Jeez.
into it. So for some reason, as much as I love my 3D action adventure games, which are my bread and butter and preferred type of games, if I need to binge something or if I end up binging on something, it's usually a roguelite or deck building roguelite.
Weird.
Super
Yeah.
weird.
For me, I tend to binge things that have like a checklist to it. Currently, right now, I have been binging the Donkey Kong Bonanza game. Like, I kid you not, I already have well over 35 plus hours in that game,
Wow, that's awesome.
and like well over or almost 600 bananas out of the whole amount that you can get.
Jeez.
So, like, yeah, it's one of those games that literally this weekend I've just been playing and playing and playing, and like I on Sunday I only stopped because we had the podcast, the spoiler cast that we did,
Sorry to
and
ruin
like
your
I
night,
played
Pat.
it enough. You know what? It's okay. I needed it because I was honestly getting a headache anyways from like just sitting there and playing the game straight for so long. Like even I need breaks, and I wasn't taking a break during that game. But yeah, another game that was very similar to that was Power Wash Simulator was one that as soon as like when that game first came out, I was heavily addicted to that game where that's all I wanted to do was play Power Wash Simulator whenever I had the chance. And it could be just because of that whole like you wash this part, you wash that part, you're checking off a list of all the things that got cleaned off and and plus it had that awesome little ching sound when finally get that 100% clean on that one part. And if you get that in like a small little cluster and like ching, it's like, ooh. But it's like, and even games like Assassin's Creed, it's if I see something that has like a path or a list of things that are like, okay, I start here, move there, and just I can check things off as I go. That is a game that typically I feel like I binge and just keep on playing it until it's like well past my bedtime and I know I need to quit. And then I'm like, one more mission, one more thing. Let me clear off all the little like dots here on this part of the map and I will go to bed. And then it's like 2-3 hours later.
Nice. Yeah, I used to do that with like Assassin's Creed games too, where like that. I mean, those are like the ultimate checklist games, right? You open the map, and then there's literally the icons on the map, and they'll just get a little blue check next to them if you've done them already or whatever. Like I did that with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I still do that from like when I get the itch to play an Assassin's Creed game, I still play Assassin's Creed Odyssey and do that. I still have not touched the DLC, and I have like 130 hours in that game. So yeah, but yeah,
like maybe that's why I'm not so addicted to Shadows is because it doesn't have that checklist formula.
Oh, really?
There's a list that shows like all the targets, but in terms of your map, there's nothing that says that you completed this area or there's this over here. It's like the game wants you to explore, so it's not putting it on the map.
I see.
I don't know.
Well, that's disappointing. But yeah, I just Ubisoft games are usually the ultimate checklist games. So
yeah,
just why they're so much fun. Man, bingeable games. I mean, I already said Destiny. Probably shouldn't say that again.
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
So
sorry.
I don't know if Disney Dreamlight Valley is a binge game. It's definitely I'm going to take some time before I fall asleep relaxing game. That's more of where that fits when I don't have the motivation or brain function to do anything else.
Yeah, you space that one out. You don't like literally need to go through entire episodes.
Yeah. Although like you could though, like I mean there's a lot of it's so weird because like it is Disney Animal Crossing, but there's quests to do, right? And they're not just like, farm 7 pumpkins for Mickey Mouse. No, they're like, you gotta like go find resources and craft certain things and go fishing or upgrade different buildings and stuff. So like you could binge it, but like who wants to do that? I don't. That's why I haven't touched the DLC yet, because I just don't want to. I don't want to do that. So,
Steph, what makes a game bingeable for you? Like you mentioned, like the roguelites and deck builders. Like why does that come off as bingeable for you?
After thinking about it, I think the reason why is because I can it's when I was about to say play it in short spurts, which I don't know defeats. It's like kind of opposite of what binging is, but I think it's like, I play through a round, I die, start over, so my brain goes, okay, I could do it better this time. Start over. Oh, I can do it better this time. Start over. So like each time, I don't want to end I don't want to stop the game because every time I die and reset a new game, I'm like, I'm gonna do better this time. I'm gonna do better this time. And like maybe there's just something wrong with my brain there, but like I absolutely need to do better the next time. So I think it's that rare situation
Mhm.
where I don't mind replaying quote unquote the same thing after being defeated time and time again because I'm probably a very closeted competitive person and I refuse to like leave a game until I feel some sort of sense of accomplishment.
Okay. No, that's perfectly logical. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to feel like you wasted your time, you want to see that you made progress in some regard.
Yeah, like and with Sultan's game, I wasn't satisfied to like making it kind of quote unquote to the end and losing, which is still a playthrough, because it's actually pretty
Hmm.
difficult to overthrow the Sultan in a certain manner. And like the more I play, the more like different options pop up, and I'm like, I need to redo the scenario with the better response or the better choice. And I'm like, what if I choose this, that, and the other thing? And then all these possibilities that pop into my mind. So I want to, redo certain scenarios a different way. So it actually becomes frighteningly addicting.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So thanks, Pat. Good topic.
Good
You're
topic.
welcome.
Speaking of bingeable games, let's talk about what we've been playing. And Pat, tell us about
Hmm.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Bonanza. Oh man.
My
You know what?
kids run around
I'm
and
like,
say, "Ooh, banana," all the time.
oh, banana. Or whoa, oh, oh, oh.
Haven't got
The song that Pauline has to sing every time you want to unseal something that has a seal on it.
I haven't been there yet.
Whoa, it's whatever's got the void tape on it. So a lot of the challenge levels and the battle levels, all like you have to have her sing just like a little verse for them to unlock.
Hmm.
So you can go ahead and go and get the bananas in them. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, Donkey Kong Bonanza. As I mentioned in the prior topic, am addicted to this game. Very much so. Like, I would consider it a spiritual successor to the Super Mario Odyssey game
Hmm.
Hmm.
in the sense that it is a big old, like, map where you can go just about anywhere you want, even though there is kind of a path that the game like wants to point you into and be like, this is the main path you take and able to fully beat this this layer that you're in and be able to move on to the next area. Uh, but then that only gets you like maybe 5 of the bananas that this place could potentially have. Like a lot, they average around the mid-sized ones are about 30 plus, and then the large levels are like 70 bananas in each world. And there are a lot of levels. I don't know how many yet. I can tell you though, there's at least 14 because that is where I am on right now. It would be essentially the 14th area of
That's
this game.
insane because, like, I'm comparing it to my minimal Donkey Kong experience, which was Donkey Kong 64, for which
Hmm.
as much flack it gets, I actually loved DK64, at least back when I played it. Revisiting it with the
Hmm.
camera angles, not so much, but I think that game had a total of what, 101 bananas?
Yeah, it would
Like,
have been somewhere between 100 and 120 because that was usually the magic number for the 64 games, if I
right.
remember
So, like,
correctly.
the fact that, like, some of the larger levels could have upwards of 70 bananas each, I'm like, holy cow.
I think Gene Park said the game has a total of 777 bananas in
All
this
right.
game.
There you go.
Which, makes sense because that was also, I believe, how many stars the Super Mario Odyssey game had. So it's one of those like magic numbers where they can fill up the map and be like, okay, we cut it off right here on a 777.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind me asking, because I'll be honest with you, GameStop messed up my pre-orders. Remember how I said I bulk pre-ordered a bunch of games and they messed it
Yeah,
up. So I lost my Donkey Kong
motherfuckers.
pre-order. Yeah, so I ended up actually just getting the game today, which is whatever, it's fine. I've been
Mm-hmm.
playing other things anyway. But if as someone who loved DK64, would I love it from that, or are they just completely just two different children?
They are completely two different children.
Yeah,
Like
Okay.
I
for
would
me,
say.
it might.
Oh, sorry, Pat.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, for me, it feels a lot like Mario Odyssey mixed with a lot of Breath of the Wild elements.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But then it's like 75% Mario Odyssey, and then it's got like maybe 10% Zelda, and then like the additional 15% is like Donkey Kong flavored. To be perfectly honest, like the game structure is almost very identical to the Mario Odyssey game, given that it's the exact same team. And I'm okay with that. What they
Mhm.
do though is that instead of being a more platformer style game, it's a game where you can literally destroy everything. Like majority in the environment is destructible, and it's just really fun to smash things because then you get like gold, or you find treasure chests that either have gold or like maps that point to fossils, which is the currency, one of the currencies in the game, kind of like how Mario Odyssey had the colored like coins for each world, where you could collect like 100 of those, and they would be used to purchase costumes. Same exact
Mhm.
deal here in Donkey Kong, where they had fossils, and you can trade those for special costumes for Paulette and you, DK. The cool thing though is that the costumes also give you abilities, like the pants
Mm.
just aren't pants. The pants are also going to maybe increase your swimming capabilities. Or Paulette. A lot of Paulette's costumes allow you to have a certain bonanza for longer, or be able to keep the bonanza going for longer uh, than if she didn't have that costume. And
Okay.
that's also another cool thing about this game is the bonanzas. Donkey Kong has, or between Paulette and Donkey Kong, her singing can invoke Donkey Kong to change into different animal forms, and those animal forms give him unique abilities that will also help with the navigations on the map. The ones that Nintendo showcased in the Direct were like the Kong ability, which he turns into like a Super Saiyan monkey, and he's able to like hit harder things and break those. But there's also a zebra that goes super fast, and an ostrich, which really is scary looking as hell, but it allows him to glide. Um, and there's a couple more. Nice thing I found about the game is that, or the direct, didn't spoil everything. So there are a couple more bonanzas out there that they didn't quite reveal.
Nice.
So yeah, so there's more abilities out there. Um, but yeah, it's just like a whole massive collectathon. It's actually got a very decent like there's a subtle story going on behind the scenes. You can read plaques to find out like what's going on with the underworld, and like this journey of like these people who are like trying to get to the core. You have the bad guys who all actually have some pretty good personalities. Definitely better villains than the prior two Donkey Kong games. Like we're going back to almost K. Rool style again, where like
Mm.
they have a little more personality to them. Also, this game feel like it does a good job honoring all the prior Donkey Kongs, the rare ones, the retro ones, and like a lot of the fossils were like characters from like the prior ones. So like maybe you'll see like you're collecting beaver fossils, which look like the naughty beavers from the original DKs, um, or you're
Nice.
collecting ambers that have zingers in them. So it's there's a lot of nice subtle nods to prior Donkey Kong games in it, which is definitely nice because it doesn't completely alienate this new one from the source material.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm absolutely addicted. I loved the worlds I went in. I love how each layer like kind of changes up the mechanics a little bit so that it doesn't feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again. Like they'll switch up, like maybe there's a different kind of ore that will make you float in this particular level, or this ore, there's an ore here that glows and you have to use that to, navigate dark areas. Or there's a few other different mechanics that are introduced depending on what layer you go to. But it is a very fun game in my opinion. And if you loved
Ooh.
Mario Odyssey, you're gonna love this game. And I think that's why maybe I think Corey might struggle with this game because I know Odyssey was not his particular favorite.
Yeah, I mean, it's not I mean, I've only played for maybe 2 hours at this point, so I don't really want to form an opinion off of 2 hours, but the part that is actually extremely overwhelming to me is we just talked about checklist games being super cozy, and like I read somewhere that like because of all the destruction there are story bits you can bypass, or like certain
There
things you
aren't.
can. Oh, that's what.
There's ways. I did accidentally bypass a level part
Mhm.
where the main level is to like climb up and go down a like smokestack, and I accidentally, while like digging, went straight to the place where you would typically drop into from the smokestack, so I missed that part. But in terms of actual story beats, like those, they specifically block those off from being like digging through them. You have to like go and fight the bosses and able to move forward.
Okay.
So
Um,
there's nothing you can miss, I would feel,
okay. Well,
or go out of order.
um, I mean, even with that though, like the whole like in the entire environment essentially is destructible depending on what moves you have, and it's very.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm not into that, and it gives me great anxiety to like. I just don't want to
Would
do
it
that.
would it help you if I told you that you can literally go onto the map and then push the plus button and it'll allow you to reset all the terrain?
Yeah, I know that. I did that on accident at one point.
Hmm.
But like there are parts where like I know I've dug this far and I want to keep
Hmm.
going. Uh but like if I mess up I want to be able to like go backwards. But it's fine.
No,
I haven't played it enough to really give that opinion. Also, like I finally the last time I played it remapped my buttons, which was also giving me great anxiety that jump was on A and not B.
the controllers did take getting used to, but I understood why, because it was, punch up, punch sideways, or punch down.
Yeah,
So that's why they're mapped that way.
yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean,
Hmm.
I get it. I get Nintendo's logic, but I don't like it. They're wrong. Miyamoto, you're wrong.
Yeah. I think if you play it a little more, you just worry about the destructible environments will subside because you really can't get yourself stuck and you really can't bypass
Mhm.
anything. Like in fact, you'll almost find it like, oh, the game probably wanted me to come in from this direction. However, I just kind of went around it and like busted through a wall to get to this.
Yeah,
You instead of busting through the way maybe the game hinted you to bust through. And then you kind of make yourself feel a little smarter because of it.
yeah. Yeah. Plus, like I'm playing like 3 other games right now that have taken up a lot of time. So like it's also 3 games is really stretching it for me. Adding a fourth one at the moment, which kind of sucks because I wasn't anticipating I was totally anticipating playing Destiny, but I thought Donkey Kong would have been my second game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then like I did not anticipate myself still playing Expedition 33 at this point. And then I really have been into Disney Dreamlight Valley lately, so like I've been playing that. And then anything else on Switch is like my kids want to play, so they're playing Mario Kart and Mario Party and Power Rangers and whatever else they feel like playing. My son is really into Yoshi's Crafted World at the moment, so he's been playing a lot of that.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to load up my other Switch with a bunch of games and have him just use it.
It's like, here's your own Switch Lite, son. Go for it.
Honestly, the only reason why I haven't yet is because if he gets one, my daughter's going to be mad that she didn't get one. It's going to become a whole thing, and I really don't feel like, dealing with that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I have
you
three.
Just gotta let her know that you just gotta let her know she's not the favorite.
Oh
no! Oh no!
I mean, I do have 3 Switches that they could totally just have one, but I don't want to. I like my OLED too much, and I want to keep my launch system alive or not dead. So
fair enough.
Yeah. Anything else, Pat, besides Donkey Kong?
Yeah,
Death
I forced
Stranding?
myself to play some. No, surprisingly, I have not played Death Stranding in the last few days because Donkey Kong took over that. Like literally everything in my weekend was Donkey Kong.
Could you say Donkey Kong peeled you away from Death Stranding?
Oh man, I was split with that decision. Like,
but I'll see myself out.
Yeah. No, there was another game I pre-ordered that I figured I needed to try before today's show. So I booted up Shadow Labyrinth, which is the very dark Metroidvania that features Pac-Man.
His name is Puck in this game, Pat. Come on.
His name is Puck in this game, and he's a very talkative of a mascot.
Yeah.
So, what's the verdict, Pat?
I don't know how I feel about this game. It is it definitely does not hold your hand for sure. It's going to be hard. It doesn't offer you much direction in terms of where exactly you're going to go. Like my objective, for example, was get through the big tree. There's no like marker on your map. The big tree was one of the areas that you go to.
The Indigo Tree.
But there's like no marker on the map, so you're literally like, okay, do I go here? You're exploring out into the map, which it's a nice, it's a different approach. The thing I didn't like though is that a lot of the paths end up going to the same thing, and there's almost no reward for the exploration. There's not a whole lot of items to find. When you do, it's awesome because they can be beneficial, but it's like, okay, here in this one map, the path break off into 2 different paths. One kind of goes up and around, and then the other one just kind of goes up and then over. Like, it's like, so what's the difference? One path felt a lot harder than the other, but like they both went to the exact same location. So it's like, I don't get why there's multiple paths like this. It's almost like it's too open to explore.
Would you feel different about this if this wasn't a Pac-Man game? Like, does that throw you off at all?
I actually like the Pac-Man part of this game. I think that's one of the more genius things that actually sets this apart from other Metroidvanias. Is the ability, like, one of the cool things, it's called, like, I think they called it a D-track. Basically, there are these rails, and as soon as you touch them, you turn into Puck. And you go into, like, a Pac-Man mode where you can either set it to move automatically or you can direct it, and then you can jump to other rails. But he's, like, going waka, 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 and it's eating little bits that you use to upgrade your abilities. and it also helps with like traversal. It's like a Metroid morph ball, except for you're tied to a rail. In that regard, that it turns you into Pac-Man. And then the other Pac-Man ability so far is the ability to devour your enemies. Once you weaken them, you can devour them. So it charges up your like super ability as well as gives you materials for items and other upgrades that you can add to your roster.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, there are parts where it feels unnecessarily hard. One of the things I don't like is its checkpoint system. They are very few and spread out. And there's two things. There is a save point and there is a checkpoint. The save point allows you to upgrade your abilities as well as teleport to other save points. And also it refills. You get like it's kind of like your Estus Flask, like your Dark Soul feature, where you have that health thing that can be refilled at like checkpoints or campsites. Well, it's only refillable at the save points. At the checkpoints, your life gets restored, but the refillable life potion part thing does not. So it makes exploration a little more harder, I feel, than it needs to be, especially because its checkpoints again are far and few in between. And you can't upgrade at a checkpoint, and you can't teleport to a checkpoint. You can only go from the checkpoint to a save point, but you can't go back. So, yeah. So the traversal part in this game is not something I'm particularly enjoying because I feel like it's harder than it needs to be. But maybe yeah. So I'm still giving this game a shot. Like I want to at least dig into the story a little bit more and hope that maybe I just get more abilities to make my traversal fun, because I finally got through the Great Tree and the boss there gave me the ability to air dash, and I gotta say I appreciate that ability a hell of a lot more now, because the dashing not only allows you to traverse, it also allows you to avoid enemy attacks. And so having it be able to do it in the air now is a much needed boon, in my opinion.
Yeah, I looked it up. Currently, Shadow Labyrinth Metacritic score is sitting at a 70.
Yeah,
it's not terrible.
Not terrible,
No.
but it's like a lot of some sites are rating it like in the 90s, and then the other ones are like it's more like a 50. So it's very
okay, so it definitely seems
polarizing, and that's why you're getting
divisive.
that 70.
Okay.
Yeah, some people like the challenge, and other people like, it might be a little too unnecessary.
I guess it's all in what you prefer. But cool. That I was not expecting to hear about that game tonight.
Yeah, no, it's interesting concept, but I'm hoping it just maybe gets better the more you put into it. Because at the moment, the story's been minimal or very confusing, so I don't know what's going on. The environments all kind of look the same, even though like they're pretty, but a lot of it's caves and like repeat. Like this map doesn't look that much different from that map, kind of deal. So,
all right. Well, maybe next week you can give us an update.
yep, and I'll decide whether or not I want to continue on with it or just focus on something else.
Like Donkey Kong.
Damn straight, that'll be beat by next week.
Might be beat by tomorrow at this point.
It could have been beat by today if I didn't play Shadow Labyrinth.
Stephanie, what are you playing? What are you gaming on? What do you got?
So I'm trudging along. Oh, excuse me, coming me yawn. Death Stranding 2. I really am enjoying it, but it's one of those games where for my personality and my, I don't know, mindset, like I need to get into a flow state and be in that flow state for a long enough time. So I'm still playing it, but I'm finally on chapter 3. I'm finally in Australia. Ramps up a bit, so I'm just kind of doing what I can little by little. Then I beat
Are you enjoying the
Fretless.
story at least?
I am. Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
I still
Because
have
by
yet
now you at
to.
least got the plot, or like the main plot point, what's going on, kind of.
I just got into Australia.
Yeah, but you know what happens in Mexico that leads to why, or leads him to going to Australia.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Tarman's cool with his little tar kitty with wings and stuff. So,
Yeah.
man.
It gets better as you get more cast members in it.
Oh no, it's
So
it's
you'll
it's
get.
all cool. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
again, me experiencing a Kojima game for the first time, like, oh, okay. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Can't recall. I don't think I beat Fretless when I met with you last week, Pat, but I did beat Fretless. Such a wholesomely wonderful
You
game.
did
I
not.
can definitely see myself. I can see myself replaying this, and I will buy the soundtrack. It's good. I love it. I loved it till the end. And then the only other thing is I actually played through the first 2 chapters of Resident Evil 5, something that I never thought I'd ever do. Nick, Leon Kennedy himself, texted me the other night. He goes, "Hey, free?" I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Want to play Resident Evil 5?" I'm like, "If you don't mind carrying all the weight, I'll give it a shot." um, it
You
is
should have been like,
what
only if I can be Chris.
I was Chris. I'm like, "Is this the
You
game where
were
I get
Chris
to
and he was
punch
Shiva?
boulders?" Yeah.
Sweet. At least
Um,
he's not robbing you of that privilege.
exactly.
I'll
No,
punch you
he
a
he was
boulder later.
he's was fantastic. He's like, "Oh, I beat this game like 20 times." He's like telling me what to do, where to go. I can see what they mean, how this was more like an action game, and in concept, it would make sense that I would love this game. What I'm still struggling with, and I'm sure it'll get better as I play more missions, is the kind of a little bit outdated controls. There are a couple control options to choose from, and he gave me the best one that he think would suit me, but the camera angles still mess me up because I'll press left trigger to aim, and I would try to move the right control stick to move, but if I take my hand off of it, my character will jerk back the other way. So I will very stupidly appear like if my enemy's at 12 o'clock, I'm shooting at 10 o'clock. Or if my enemy's at 12 o'clock, I'm shooting at 2 o'clock. It's really embarrassing. Like I know what I'm supposed to do. I understand the assignment, but
Mm-hmm.
I am so like I'm having a really hard time with the controls, and I was apologizing profusely. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm disappointing you." But he was very
I
cool about
still.
it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Getting
So
to
it's pretty
play
cool.
video games with a celebrity.
I know it's like if we're put in sports terms, that's like playing baseball with your like a famous baseball player. Like I'm playing
Mm-hmm.
video games. I'm playing a Resident Evil game with a Resident Evil voice actor. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You
as
got in the
long as
spill
I
the beans about Resident Evil 9, right?
Nope,
Right?
not yet. I'm working it very slowly. Gotta
Be
ease
like,
into it.
be honest with us. Leon's in this game, isn't he? He may not be the main character, but he's in this game.
My gut is still like he's at least a cameo. At the very least, he has to be a cameo. But
Mm-hmm.
I figured the first time we're gaming together, I'll wait a few missions before I sneak that in. That or whenever he comes to visit Boston, I'll take him out for drinks and maybe
Get him liquored up here. Then you'll tie him to the bed and be like,
Oh
tell
my
me what happens. I will not let you go until you tell me.
Dear Lord, I don't think you listen to this podcast, but I swear if you do, Nick, that is not my intent.
That's
But
the title.
basement.
It's title.
No.
It's actually the title of the episode now. Is Stephanie ties Leon Kennedy voice actor to the bed and makes him spill the beans.
It's like this is clear. It's like there is no other intention here other than to get you to tell me about this game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is interrogation purposes, not kinky stuff.
Jeez.
Exactly. It's like, I promise you, it's just you,
Mhm.
me, and this big interrogation light. Oh man, the things I do for journalism. Just
Then he's like,
kidding.
"But why am I naked?" He's like, We don't ask these questions."
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Stop, guys. Oh my gosh.
We're kidding.
Why are you blaming us? You're the one doing all this stuff.
Yeah, we're not the one who tied him to the bed, absolutely naked, trying to get him to reveal his Resident Evil 9 cameo.
It's not my fault. His
I
belt got
understand
caught
that,
in your
guys.
door.
But hey, I'm not complete with my mission yet. You need to let me complete my mission first before you give all my secrets away and all my missions away.
Okay.
Complete the mission with
Gosh.
air quotes.
Yep.
Complete the mission by any
Let me know how
means
that goes, because
necessary.
I might have to use the same tactics for another special guest later.
Oh no.
We're gonna have quite a reputation by the time the year's out.
I think that reputation went out the door years ago.
We just lure in celebrities and famous people, and then we tie them down to furniture and do
Jeez.
things to them for information.
Rack their minds and find out what they know.
Maybe
and get those
Netflix will
juicy
make
secrets.
maybe Netflix will make a documentary on us someday.
Yeah, it'll be like, what was that? The one about the stuff. It was like a famous one about a stalker or something.
I mean, there's
Okay.
like 400 of those on Netflix.
But no, it was like really famous, and the person tried to sue because it made them look bad, even though that was like their behavior. What the hell was it called? It actually was very successful.
I have no idea.
Well, look it up.
Popular.
And while he's doing that, yeah, Resident Evil 5. Don't know when I'll be playing with him next, but it was really cool. And he was really like a good co-op partner because, you know, I feel like a co-op game is only as fun as the person you're playing with. And then last but not least, it's not a game, but I got this really cool thing to jazz up my Switch too. I added a skin to it, and it's a Tears of the Kingdom skin.
Ooh,
So
that's fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Did it come from one of those 800 emails from the company that makes those?
No, this is Skin Deluxe something official. It's not D-brand or anything like that, but I'm really happy with it. So
cool.
Okay.
The show I was thinking of is called Baby Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer. All right. I'm gonna have to watch that and take some notes.
I didn't know that was a documentary. I thought it was like I thought that was like a real TV show.
It's a captivating true story. About a comedian who kind of meets up with a customer, tries to cheer her up, and then she begins to stalk him.
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Stalkers are crazy, man. Let me tell you.
The latter repeatedly sexually assaults and rapes Donnie during drug-induced blackouts until they break off contact.
Oh no!
So yeah,
that sounds
well. We don't condone that activity. It's all consensual. I don't know. Help, Corey. What are you playing?
I'm not tying anybody to the bed for content. Let's see. I'm
unless it's for $5 tier.
No, definitely not.
No.
Let's see. I'm playing. So I've been playing, obviously, Destiny 2: The Edge of Fate, which is the brand new expansion. I wrote a review of it on bossrush.net. So I tried to approach the review from a different point of view than everybody else seems to be approaching it from. Which is
Third.
It's not the final shape, it's bad. Seems to be the going consensus. But this is essentially, if you were going to have a third game in the franchise, this would be the first expansion in a new game. Like, they de-level you down to, like, my Guardian was like level 2100, and they level everybody down to 10 to start this expansion. And the story is very personal instead of, bombastically galaxy ending, god slaying storyline. So it was very good. I really enjoyed it a lot. I think that this is exactly what Destiny needed to not only get new players in, but to also get people who have been wanting to jump in for a while. The new character Lodi is the perfect vessel to act as, like, not just a new character, but also to introduce you to this new destination on Kepler, and also be a vessel for people that maybe don't know what's going on, because there's a lot of that.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, we did a whole discussion of it on Tower Casuals. I also talked about it on Pal Block last week. A lot of Metroid Prime influences on this. There's even, like, the Morph Ball ability Matter Spark is literally the Morph Ball from Metroid. A lot of secrets and exploration that way. And then they introduce a lot of threads that were left open from the Light and Darkness saga of the last 10 years. Like, there's a race called, or like a group of beings called the Nine, and they're all, like, their names are literally 1, 2, 3, etc. And they all represent a body of the soul system. So 1 is Mercury, and then you go through 8, which are the planets, and then 9 is the sun. And
Pluto, damn it.
So there's like a internal civil war within the 9, and then you find out something happens.
They oust number 9 because, number 9's not big enough to be a planet.
No, number 3 actually, which is Earth, by the way. Shocking, because we're human. Whatever.
We have a soul.
And there's just like there's this really interesting personal story with one of the characters. I'm not going to go into it, but, like, essentially Guardians don't know who they are after they're resurrected to become Guardians once they die as a human. Like, they don't have no memory of their previous life. And you are encouraged strongly not to figure out who you were in a previous life, although some do for various reasons. And there's a really cool connection between this new character and a character that's been with us since the beginning. So yeah, it's really cool. Some of the new mechanics are cool. I hear the raid is very hard. Did not do it. I've also I've been playing Expedition 33. I can't get it. I cannot stop thinking about that game. Like, I really can't. This is super nerdy, and I meant to bring it up on the show last night, but we were going way too long. But I've actually been keeping a journal, like Gustav keeps in the game, of, like, the things that I'm doing this time around. Because I
can hand it to those who come after.
What?
So you can give it to those who come after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm doing it because I plan on doing something with it when I'm done again. I don't know if you guys are familiar with hand-drawn game guides. They had a Patreon for a while to do various ones, and now they just kickstarted and got the license for Mega Man 1 and 2. So they're doing hand-drawn game guides for, like, nice hardbound, hardback Mega Man hand-drawn game guides, and, like, they're going to have, like, Capcom's providing a lot of art from those original games and stuff for them to use as, page fillers essentially. But it'll essentially really be cool. An art book with a guide in it. essentially. But I've been wanting to do that with a game for a long time, and I hadn't really figured out which game I wanted to do it with. And I feel like this is just complicated enough to be interesting, but just simple enough to like get it done, essentially.
Okay.
So I don't know if that'll ever come to fruition, but I've been doing this just slowly to do that. So
as long as you call it for those who come after.
Yeah,
because it makes perfect sense.
I was actually going to call it "Fuck the Mission," but
yeah, and that works too.
It scene's so good, man. The camp, not that. I mean, that scene's good, but the scene at the camp that takes place after Lune's delivery of "Fuck the Mission," really, like. Actually, I think I was
not if, it's when.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I've been. I mean, I also play a little bit of Donkey Kong, a little bit of Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Mario Kart and stuff with the kids, but that's not important and uneventful. So, but that's speaking of playing, I'm thinking about playing Bedtime Simulator because it's time to wrap the show. I want to say thank you, everybody out there who was watching live. If you didn't join us live, you can check it out on YouTube and podcast services and everything. You can also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. Subscribe to YouTube. Leave us a 5-star rating and a review wherever you listen. Stephanie and Pat, nice, cozy episode tonight. Thanks for hanging out. LaRon will be back soon. We miss him. LaRon, if you're watching, we love you. We miss you. And, everybody send the love to @Exodus803 on the socials, as he likes to say. DM him. Come at him, he says. Send him feet pics. He likes that.
And shirts of you in tank tops. Yeah. Pictures of you in tank tops.
Yeah.
Sleeveless shirts.
All right, everybody. We're gonna get out of here. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.